The criminal trial for former leaders of the defunct firm Hyflux kicked off almost 3 years after they were first charged. The trial started with a lawyer for former CEO Olivia Lum grilling the lead investigation officer. Lum and 5 others, including the firm's former chief financial officer and 4 independent directors, are accused of omitting information about the Tuaspring project. Jeraldine Yap with more.
4 years after the once celebrated homegrown water treatment firm Hyflux went into liquidation, its founder Olivia Lum and 5 others appeared in court for the start of their trial. The 6 face charges for allegedly failing to disclose information to investors and the Singapore Exchange about the Tuaspring integrated water and power project. The prosecution's case is that Hyflux left out key facts about the project in 2 public statements. It did not mention that Hyflux was expanding into a new business of selling electricity and that profitability of the project depended on the sale of electricity. Hyflux's failed expansion into the power market resulted in significant losses for investors. They include 34,000 investors holding perpetual securities and preference shares who were owed 900 million Singapore dollars in total. The first witness to take the stand was Jacqueline Wei, the officer who led investigations by the Police Commercial Affairs Department. Ms. Wei was pressed by Lum's lawyer Davinder Singh on statements she had taken from Lum as well as specific questions she had asked, including why Hyflux had not disclosed the extent of the significant revenue exposure. Mr. Singh pointed out that Lum had repeatedly stated that she could not remember because the events happened almost a decade ago. The lawyer added that Lum had also claimed that there was a confidentiality agreement with PUB and asked if Ms. Wei had confirmed this. The officer said she could not recall if she had done so. Mr. Singh's cross-examination will continue for a second day, after which lawyers for the other accused former leaders of Hyflux will take their turns to ask questions. This trial is expected to last several months, with court dates set until January next year.
The trial has cast the spotlight again on Hyflux, a firm which attracted investors at home and abroad. Now, we trace the events that led to the firm's spectacular fall from grace. June 2010, that's when National Water Agency PUB called for a tender for Singapore's second and largest desalination plant to be built at Tuas. In March 2011, Hyflux was awarded the project. More than 2 years later, it opened the Tuaspring desalination plant. It could supply water equivalent to 125 Olympic-sized pools each day for 25 years. It was also the first water plant in Asia to be integrated with a power generator. Now, costing more than $1 billion to build, the project marked Hyflux's foray into the energy business. But a severe oversupply in the power market landed the firm in troubled waters, as it suffered huge financial losses. In early 2017, a partial divestment plan of Tuaspring was announced. Its financial woes continued spiraling. In May 2018, the firm applied to the High Court for protection. It was to restructure a mounting debt of nearly $3 billion. It went into liquidation in July 2021 following a High Court ruling to wind up the embattled firm. Over a year later, Lum and 5 others were charged under the Securities and Futures Act, and this was for failing to disclose information about the Tuaspring project. A 7th person, independent director Lee Joo-hai, was similarly charged under the same act in March 2023.